Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 288.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, I found an interesting article about the Tom's shoe founder, and he shares one habit that helped him get rich. And you're going to learn what that one habit is and how it can help you too. I saw this article about the Tom's shoe founder, the shoe company where you buy one pair of shoes and they donate a pair of shoes to the poor. I thought that was such a great business concept, and of course it's been super successful, and Tom's founder has certainly made himself very rich off of founding his company. So I wanted to share with you what he had to say about how he got rich and what that one habit was that he recommends that you do. So here's the article from CNBC and Kathleen Elkins. It says, before building the multi-million-dollar shoe business Tom's, Blake McCoskey had already started and sold a handful of companies, including an outdoor advertising company and an online driver's education service. And as he tells Tim Ferriss in AT&T Audience Network's new original series Fearless with Tim Ferriss, the entrepreneur credits much of his success to a simple habit he started at age 15, journaling. He says, quote, it goes back to tennis. He grew up playing competitive tennis and earned an athletic scholarship to Southern Methodist University. He says, I wanted to chart my progress. I wanted to understand if I was really getting better. When McCoskey launched his first company at SMU, a college laundry service, writing in his journal started to serve a different purpose. Quote, it became a form of therapy for me as an early entrepreneur when things were really tough, and you didn't want to tell anyone because you always had to show this air of confidence. So then at night, I could be scribbling about how concerned I was. McCoskey, now 40, says that journaling has become the most constant habit in his life. Quote, I do it every single morning, sometimes twice a day. I think it's one of the most powerful habits you can create because a lot of the journaling, too, is goal setting. He writes down specific goals and how he aims to achieve them, and then revisits them to see which ones he's achieved and which ones he hasn't yet. And McCoskey, who became a $300 million man when he sold half of Tom's to Bain in 2014, isn't the only self-made millionaire who sets clear goals. That's a trademark habit of the rich. Quote, you can learn so much about the things that end up working and not working. You can go back and see what led to the success or the failure of that idea through the journal. You can also see the things that you thought were so important and how they end up being not important at all. Tim Ferriss, who's also incorporated journaling into his morning routine, suggests starting the habit by committing to doing just 5 minutes each day. Could complaining on paper for 5 minutes each morning change your life? As crazy as it might seem, he says, I believe the answer is yes. End of article. One of the reasons I wanted to bring this article to you is because if you've been listening to Wealthy and Smart for any period of time, you know from my early shows I talked about journaling and using your wealth journal. And this is something that I felt so strongly about, I actually created a wealth journal. My wealth journal has not only the 6 steps to wealth in it, but also some pages for you to be able to put what your thoughts are about wealth and wealth building, what things happen with your money. And I thought it would be a really great place to record all of the different things that are happening in your life, the shifts in your mindset, the things that you're realizing, the steps that you're taking, the way you're paying down your debt or the way that you're investing. All of those things can be held in one place in your Be Wealthy and Smart Wealth Journal. So that's the reason I created it. It is available on Amazon if that's something you want, and it also comes with you when you join my VIP experience. But A journal in general is so good to share your thoughts. It helps you get it out of your head and on paper. And the benefit of that is you can really look at it. Sometimes things go round and around and around in our head, and our thoughts can be very circular. But when you get them out and you write them down on paper, you can actually look at it and look at it objectively and see what it is you think. And sometimes you can come back and say, wow, I was being really hard on myself. Or, gee, that wasn't a logical thought at all. That was really sort of, off center, or it was just, going down the wrong path. So you can really objectively look at your thoughts and get them out of your head. That gets me not just thinking over and over and over about the same thought. Somehow when I get it out and I write it down, it just stops my mind thinking about that thing. So it's a good way to clear your thoughts. It's a good way to objectify it and take a look at it and see how are you improving over time as well. Are you making progress? Have you improved in any way? You can see by going back and looking in the past at how did you used to think? How were you doing before? And this is something I've also done with my net worth. Every January 1st, I have a habit of writing down my net worth. And then I love to go back through old wealth journals and see what was my net worth 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and see how it's progressed. And it really does give you a good feeling that you're making progress. Some years you make big leaps. Some years it may even go backwards. If, like 2007, things change in the marketplace through no fault of your own, sometimes that happens. But it's not always within your control. You have to just do your best to keep moving forward, do your best to keep paying off debt or paying off your mortgage or whatever those steps are that you're taking. Continue to work on those, continue to keep your record in your wealth journal, and you'll feel such a sense of satisfaction using a wealth journal. So not only is that something that I recommend, it's something that people worth 300 million and plus also recommend and use on a regular basis. So I wanted to bring this article to you so you can see what someone like the founder of Tom's did, who is not only wealth building minded, but also very charitably minded. And I love that combination for any entrepreneur or any wealth builders to not only think about building that wealth for yourself, but also how to give to the community. I will leave a live link to this article on my website at lindapjones.com and then go to podcast number 288. If you haven't yet left a review for Be Wealthy and Smart, I would love to hear from you. That's how I get to know you, and I love to hear your feedback. If we haven't yet connected on social media, I'm leaving all kinds of valuable information on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Join me on Instagram and Twitter at Linda P. Jones and on Facebook at Linda P. Jones fan page. And if you want to build your wealth more quickly, get my 11 quick financial tips to boost your wealth. There are 11 quick things anyone can do to get their net worth growing faster. And who doesn't want to build more wealth? That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.